What's up, y'all? And welcome to the Foul Out Podcast. Today we got Cam, aka Woodstock Socrates, Trill Will, Jalen Shaq, my brother, and myself. And we just gonna jump straight into it, man. I really want to start off and get y'all's takeaways on the State of the Union. You know what I mean? Trump got on there talking about tariffs, and to me, he was championing like a lot of fake victories. But man, what y'all think about the State of the Union? Anything y'all took away from it?
What Trump got against circumcision?
I got something for y'all too. That was not a State of the Union. That was when when the congressional meeting. So technically speaking, that whole hour-long thing he did, that ain't ever happened before like that. That was no State of the Union. That was literally the houses coming together, and he was supposed to say like one or two things, but it turned into a "I'm gonna talk my shit" type of ordeal. That's crazy that that was not.
Yeah, he was repping.
Yeah,
he was repping down.
Repping down.
They was kicking people out. They kicked Al Green out.
Yeah. That turned into something crazy. You know what's so crazy? You mentioned the Al Green thing. Y'all remember last time when Joe Biden was giving his, Marjorie Taylor Greene and them stood up and did that same thing. Now, I will say this. Mike Johnson from Louisiana, the Speaker of the House, he intervened where Nancy Pelosi didn't intervene on Joe Biden's behalf. Now, that was kind of brought up in the format of like, well, Marjorie Taylor and them did it. How they gonna kick Green out? I think Pelosi, Democrats, they kind of been lackadaisical a little bit when it come to that. But you saw how that went down. Green wasn't moving because he was like, hey, you finna cut Medicaid. And it's just crazy, the dichotomy that was in there. Did y'all see the chick with the sign that says, like, this is, I forget what that sign she had. They put the camera on. It's like, this has never happened before or something like this. Nobody wants this.
The Democrats look crazy holding up those.
Wait, let me ask y'all this. Do y'all know what Medicaid is? Because it's Medicare and Medicaid.
Yeah. Medicare is for the people who are 65, right? 65 and over?
Yeah, it's more of like general insurance for old people. But Medicaid is you broke, ain't got a pot to piss in. You got shot, we gonna help you or not. Like, Medicaid is like the last resort for people. Like, by the time you on Medicaid, your life almost over in the first place. I mean, you deep in poverty already by the time you on Medicaid. Y'all trying to cut that?
But Cam, that's his whole thing. He trying to do everything all at once. He trying to raise tariffs, lower taxes, cut Medicaid. He just swinging and saying whatever hit. It's crazy.
But do you think it's gonna work? Because what I think gonna work is that gold card. But we'll talk about that later.
No. I don't. This is what I think is gonna happen. Like I think this was a pep rally for his base to say, look, y'all, I'm doing what I said I'm gonna do. Now, remember the conceptions of a plan? Now, I never told y'all that it was gonna be easy. I dang shouldn't tell y'all that y'all was gonna suffer. Because y'all gonna suffer. But I'm doing what I said I was gonna do in a way. I might not be doing it the way I should do it, but I'm doing
it. Yep. He lied. Go ahead. Yeah, and that's how I feel about it. I feel like he's not being fully upfront with what his plan is and how it's going to impact them. He kept saying other countries are going to pay for the tariffs. Wrong. No, the companies that are importing goods are going to pay for the tariffs, and then they're going to pass that off to you. That's what's going to happen. But no one else understands that. Now, or we understand that, but his base doesn't understand it. Now, something else that I want to say is I do feel like the Democrats, what they did last night, I feel like it is what the people that are Democrats or supporters of Democrats have been asking for. Stand your ground, do something, show some grit, right? And yesterday, Al Green did it. And when I saw it, all I could think was, it's the start. It's starting. 100%. This the beginning.
It's the beginning of nothing. He ain't do nothing. If that was me, I would have said, get your goddamn hands off me. Any one of y'all touch me, I'm gonna put these hands on you. Man, you can't be, see, that's the problem. They too soft. All they did was just walk over there and just stand up there, and then he took that cane and turned around and said, all right, I'm out. Y'all put me, you ain't do nothing. You supposed to get in there and fight. You supposed to look like a damn fool in front of the country. Then people gonna respect you. Yes, they do. Trump do it. That's how he got everybody with him.
He ain't fight nobody though.
Well, he said, remember this? Hey, any protesters in here, beat the crap out of them. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Now,
when he was running.
They was about to
Now,
shoot the
I would
black
agree with you if he
protesters
said
the last time. They was going to shoot them out there protesting.
Yeah, man. See, we got to stop being soft.
But to Shaq's point though, they did something. They did do something, because if you haven't realized it, well, what's crazy is this right here, I think, is that Trump has only been in office for a little over a month. And since January 20th, every headline has been Trump, 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 Trump. Bro, if I was from Australia, I wouldn't even know the Democrats existed. So like what Cam was saying, they showed that they had a heartbeat. That no, it is not just one party running roughshod through this entire country. That there is a resistance, whether you want to believe it or not. There is a resistance. Like, we've seen it, right? Even the courts, like the Supreme Court just struck down, the whole $2 billion thing of...
But let me push back on something real quick. Why do you think the Democrats have been so quiet lately? Personally, I think it's because...
I got a couple things on that.
I think the entire party's foundation crumbled after the last election. I think right now the entire party is under reconstruction because they just seem totally out of touch. Whoever is running things over there, they just have no idea what's going on. Like, I'll never forget, they call Latino and Latina people Latinx, and they got a Latina woman on, and she was like, what even is that? Like, don't nobody call nobody that in my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And then I feel the same way with the little church fans they was holding up. Elon lied. Like, bro, who is putting y'all up to this, and who is saying it's a good idea? You know what I mean? It's nobody in the room that can say, man, nah, this kind of wild. Like,
I know a man that took an L when I see one. That's them out there. They showed it was a heartbeat, but them boys showed you, all right, you a heartbeat, we finna clear you. Clear! Finna put you up out of here. They put the Democrats up, and everybody, the swing voters, all went over that way. Like he said, 24%, one of the largest margins of all time, is because the Democratic Party suck right now. We ain't got no talent.
What was you finna say,
basically
Cam?
Man, there's a couple things, man. Realistically, it shouldn't be really even that hard to really make gains when it comes to this for the Democrats. But like you said, man, this is a rudderless ship that you're watching go. They did just elect Kim Martin as the new DNC chair. Yeah, it's not gonna get it done. They running off. They was trying to run off like a 2008 playbook, etc. Like old. They still trying to do the Jesse Jackson Rainbow Coalition and stuff. Bring all the little races and stuff together, dude. That is done, man. Society is too mixed, too integrated now for all intents and purposes. You really got to go after working class people with common sense policy and reform. You know what people want to hear? We gonna make it easier to build more houses and lower the price of housing. Oh, what else you want to hear? More jobs. But also, market the stuff that you do. They had that whole infrastructure bill and CHIPS Act and stuff. Don't nobody know what was even in that. They don't know about it, really. The jobs that are primarily going to be in red states, red communities, they don't know how to market. They don't have people who are interested. I don't want to see no soft ass politicians out there. I mean, on the other hand, they have lost all three branches of government. They essentially have zero power whatsoever or say within the government. And I mean, dude,
And
I hate
I
to do
agree.
my boy Hakeem Jeffries like that, but man, that's not gonna cut it out there, man. I mean, at least Nancy Pelosi is kind of like this evil person in the background. She got stuff. She gets things done in the same way that the person that most people don't like, Hillary Clinton, did. Say what you want about Hillary, but she'll put a bullet in your head. And that's the kind of people that the Democrats need right now. Just with a little more likability sprinkled on top. But it ain't gonna be Stephen A. Smith. That ain't gonna save you.
Exactly. It's because good guys finish last, and it's always been like that since the beginning of time.
But what?
These,
I
Oh,
think they.
sorry. I thought you were gonna say Arkin. Go ahead.
go
Go ahead.
ahead. Now go ahead. I was just gonna say something crazy.
Okay.
I was
So
gonna say
Cam,
something to foul us out of here. You're gonna get us canceled.
you gonna ruin your run for president later on? Still,
Yeah.
yeah, Cam. So question though, man. So I hear you, but like, what should the Democratic Party have done? Because if you compare what the Democrats did or how they run their business to the way that the Trump administration has been doing things, all that's been happening on the Trump side of things is they just been doing a bunch of like illegal things or questionable things and saying, yeah, we did this, and or they're doing like little small asks and saying, yeah, we won this, we stopped transgender people from competing in opposite sex sports. Like that's all they've been doing. Biden could have gotten in there and been like, all right, gay marriage legal everywhere again. We're gonna make sure I'm gonna waive $50,000 of student loans from everybody because they said that I had the power to do it, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And they didn't do that, right? They tried to do it the diplomatic way, which is the way that we expect
The
politicians to do
diplomatic
it.
way is the
Well,
reason we in this situation in the first place.
Exactly.
The diplomatic way
Exactly.
is the reason that Merrick Garland didn't get pushed through onto that Supreme Court years ago.
Exactly.
And once
It's
that
just like
domino
Drake said,
fell,
bro.
you looking at what we got now. You got a politicized Supreme Court. It's man.
Yeah, bro.
First and
Sometimes
foremost,
you
they
gotta
could have
do
ran
it
the
the
white
thug
man
way,
too.
man.
The whole Kamala thing
Sometimes
was
you gotta
stupid.
do it the
Don't
thug way.
nobody want to see that, man. I hate to tell it to black people. I'm cool with Kamala, but that ain't what Farmer John wanted to see.
I will say this though, and this might be unpopular opinion. I think the Democrats should do nothing. I think right now they should do what Russia did during World War II. Go figure out what they want to be. Find you somebody to lead the party and do nothing. Because if you have not noticed, the Republican Party, and I could be wrong, they are making their own coffin to lay in because Donald Trump has gone rogue. Right? The Republicans can make every single thing they want to make. They can't even get the judicial system to agree with them because, like you saying, Shaq, a lot of stuff they're doing is even illegal. He cut funding, right, for those victims who were getting government assistance after 9/11. So the guy that senator, that Republican senator in the South, who had to sit there and say, okay, you guys, I'm gonna leave if you guys keep badgering me.
Mm-hmm.
Their party is fizzing. It's fizzing right now because what they thought they voted for ain't happening. And all these good old boys who said Trump, make America great again, they having to eat crow a lot right now and say, hold on guys, it ain't me. It's a lot of finger pointing. So the Democrats shouldn't do anything except huddle up and say, all right, this was us
How we gonna
6 years.
deal?
This was us 8 years ago. Remember when the Democrats had everything, the Republicans huddled up. And they said, well, what we gonna do? Obama didn't win in 2008. Obama didn't win in 2012. So they put out there? Let's just go with a rogue. The Democrats need to huddle up, like Cam said, make a plan
But
that
really-
makes sense, but don't rush it.
Have become
But see,
the party
going-
of elitism. That is an issue, man. They have completely lost the working class, regular people in America, man. They need to spend less time at brunch in Brooklyn and more time in the real communities across the United States. And I mean, you can even get policy info. Like, the policy got to change too, man. I mentioned the housing thing earlier, man. They need to go and look at a city like Houston, Texas. You know what they don't have in Houston, Texas? All those zoning laws, all those regulations, all those onerous rules that make it hard to do business. Because every time we get a Republican, all they do is come and say, "Oh, we're gonna cut these regulations. The Democrats are these things are holding up business. All these things." Flip the script. They've just become a party of people who think they're essentially like your nanny or your teacher, wagging your finger.
Right. They got 2 years.
I'ma just come out and say it, man. Permission to foul out. Permission to foul out, man.
15 minutes in, it's nuts.
The Democrats.
Foul out 15 minutes in the game is crazy. Keep going.
Man, hey, bro. The Democrats, we got this cousin, right? We got this cousin that is totally insane. And whenever Republicans want to point at us and say, them Democrats are fucking crazy, they just point at our cousin and say, see, look at him.
With that blue hair.
They say, look at him. And that's the part of y'all, that's the party that's giving it up like that. They point at our cousin anytime they want and say, that's how he giving it up. Y'all want to vote for that? But see, we ain't really got nothing to combat that. It's like the extreme right is hillbilly white boy saying, let's bring back slavery. But the thing is, you probably get more people to agree to that than what our cousin got going on. Feel me?
It's just they're just not relatable, man. You talk to a regular person outside of a major city about the stuff that a lot of Democrat people be talking about. They gonna look at you like you're crazy. Like, what are you talking about, man?
Too many attentions.
Yeah, like 200 genders and stuff like that. I ain't dissing, but to other people, to average voting people, they not gonna hear it. They not gonna want to hear that.
Hey, I'll tell you this right here. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about them blue hairs. That blue hair look a lot good than half the federal workforce, a quarter of the federal workforce losing their jobs. Now, arguing about your cousin blue hair, that's one thing. But when your pockets get hit, there's a lot of people in that federal office who probably would want Joe Biden to come back if it meant they could do remote work. Can't do that no more. Get telework. Can't do that no more. Keep their job. Can't do that no more.
Inflation going down, you know what I'm saying? The highest it had been in 40 years, 30-something years was when, in 2022. So it's just like, at this point, you don't have enough quantitative information or to really just say that he's not.
The Fed came out recently, homeowner, and what did they not do?
They didn't drop that rate.
They didn't drop the rates. They said, due to what we think is about to happen, we aren't going to do a rate cut. They've been doing cuts the last cut. Me and Anthony were talking about it. They were cutting. That 5.5% CD looked good 2 years ago. They did cut. And now they're saying hold. But we're supposed to be the strongest. America economy finna be the strongest it's ever been. But everything this week been.
But see, that's what I'm saying. See, we the table of bosses. This is the circle of bosses. We could be real here. And this is why Foul Out was created, so people can understand the language of the circle of bosses. Now, that's what I'm saying. Trump, all that cheerleading and all that singing you doing, that's to your base, them people who gonna love you no matter what, who clapping for you with a trailer drinking some expired milk, man. When you talking to a boss, you can't do all that singing shit. What you gonna do, boy? That's what this is. What you gonna do for me? Because, them lullabies don't do nothing for me. I want to see my pockets grow, man. That what you say you gonna do. That's what you been saying that you can do. Let me see you work.
He said yesterday, bro. He said, hold on. It's gonna come. I think it's gonna happen. Yeah, it's gonna happen. He said, hold on, Arkeem. You can wait till 2027 to see your money come back up. You might have to hurt a little bit.
That was the one thing about the State of the Union. He talked business for probably like all of 2 minutes. like real business. Drill, baby,
Exactly.
drill. And he talked a little bit about reciprocal tariffs, but that's kind of it. But I do want to go ahead and push us to the next topic. I mean,
hold on, wait a minute. One more thing. What do y'all think about them gold cards? Well, he said he want to get the business owners, the biggest, richest business owners from other countries that can buy their way into the United States for $5 million. Come here and start businesses. What do y'all think about that? Quick take.
I think the old program was what you had to invest $1 million into something that hired 10 people maybe before. Like there was already kind of like a program that did something similar. I think this is just a flat out, hey, okay, man, let's just be honest here. They're essentially trying to remake the country. And by remake the country, they're trying to reorganize it. From the fact they want basically the black people to be on the bottom, the Hispanic people that are here now to be on the bottom as well, fit into the little factory jobs and the more menial labor. They want kind of the white people to still be able to get educated over everybody else and then take on these roles. Like you looked when they showed that military command over there, after they've been trying to get people up out of there, none but white people. That's kind of what they're trying to do. They want to.
And they just fired the 4-star general too, didn't they?
Yeah. He was the head of the Pentagon. They're basically trying to redo the social order yet again, which is crazy because, I mean, hey, what was we really even getting to do around here? Not too much. But
Elon Musk actually had an interview with Joe Rogan recently, and he said that Trump's plan with that gold card is actually like $5 million and you get 10 million people. That's $50 trillion and we can pay off the debt. He said that's Trump's like real plan with that.
Dog, that's gotta be the stupidest thing I done ever.
Hey, bro, ketamine a hell of a drug.
The thing is, it's like how dumb do you think that they think we are? But realistically, people dumb
Real
as
dumb.
hell.
Hey, he also said this too to finish it up. He said, if we get rid of all the federal workers, it's a good thing because they can go and work for a private company and then come back and work for the government. So that man think getting a job is just like, hey, you get fired, you just hand that resume and then boom, you're back working. Because unemployment don't exist.
He's never had to do that.
Exist, y'all. Unemployment don't exist.
He's never had to do it.
Oh, the unemployment line don't exist. Y'all thought the unemployment line was thick back when Biden and COVID.
But if I had to say on a net good or a net bad, I'm gonna say net bad on the gold card. You know what I'm saying? We need American people to get jobs and stuff like that. Them folks, they're probably gonna bring.
I think that's just an idea.
Man.
I don't even think that's gonna get through Congress.
Yeah, me either. He a big talker now, but I do want to go ahead and shift y'all over to this right here. Them boys crossed the ocean. Big C, aka Chinaman.
China.
Man, you remember back in the day when there was this Chinese.
You talking about stretch something else?
And he was like, "You don't want to go to war with America because for every blade of grass, you know what I'm saying? They basically got arms." I mean, it's worse now. I mean, I'm just like, what are we even talking about?
That don't mean nothing when a drone coming down here. They said that for drones exist.
Way too much money on defense, on military spending to. I mean, I just can't see it.
A trade war, yeah, a real war. I don't know, bro. America, we be releasing stuff 15 years after it came out. Folks thought drones came out in 2020. Them plans from 2007.
Tell them what.
But the trade war thing is interesting because he put a 10% tariff increase. So that was crazy. Canada got 25, Mexico got 25, China got 10. But it wasn't like a 10%. It was 10 on top of what he put on them when he was elected in 2016. So I don't know where they're at right now. They're probably like at 30, close to 40% tariffs on them right now. So the trade war, man, I don't know how that's gonna go with them. I know how we can keep Canada and Mexico. We can kind of, the quote unquote, we'll wait them out. China, possibly, but it's all this is just dumb. It's dumb to me, but what do I know?
I'm gonna say this, man, about China. I encourage you all to go spend a little time on YouTube and just watch some videos of things over in China, man. Hell, if you take some time and watch that, the thing is gonna tell you, we in trouble, man. The United States got lapped. The cities, the way things are over there, the technology, it's all so much far advanced than what we have. We don't want it with China, man. I know the United States is good at war, but I don't think it's a good idea to do too much against China, man.
You think trade war or physical war?
Can't see it.
I mean,
Sorry.
both.
Physical. Okay, it's like this though.
Both.
I think America can take them, but you know, if you a 6'5" guy, 225 pounds, and you can fight, but it's a guy who's 6'4" and he 220 pounds, you know, you probably could beat him, but he could fight back too, and you ain't gonna walk out of there with all your teeth.
Jeremy Lin
That's how it
lead
is.
by storm.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Bro, you don't want to fight him.
You think you possibly could beat him, but you don't want to fight this dude.
Look, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think nobody really want to fight us, and here's why. I think Japan is probably the second most technological warfare face on the planet, just with what they got, you know, with us infiltrating them. But if you saw, like you brought the military spending, right, Jalen? We spent more in our budget last year than the other 9 military countries in the world put together. That's including China. The amount of money that we put into our military in the last 20 years is dude, it's astronomical.
It's insane.
And so to think that, now we thought the same thing with Russia for a minute. Oh, we don't want to mess with Russia. Then they came out with tanks from the 1970s against Ukraine. Like, brother, I don't think, I know China has a lot going on. It's a big country. They got a lot of
He's
bad
not a big
stuff
country
going on,
like America's like.
No. I'm saying it's so spread out because, you know, they got the technological, but they got the Igor situation too, where they like killing people. Anyway, what I'm saying is, one thing like our king say, them white boys gonna spend their money on is them guns. Almost $1 trillion in military spending every year, almost for the last 10 years.
War is very much so technological now, and China has 1.4 billion people.
How many satellites they got? How many space stations they got?
All it takes is Elon.
But I mean, the thing is,
y'all think that space station up there just for looking at the moon?
The morality.
Hey man, I just wouldn't underestimate them, man. I'm just saying. I mean,
I just want to know. Like Dick Gregory was talking about them lasers. Y'all think that space station up there for just looking at the sun and the moon?
Hey man, the money.
and not to mention the submarines.
Money spent does not equal efficiency and quality. My brother.
There he is.
I was just letting you know.
Hey, look, I'll tell you this right here.
What they're doing to the government now. When we've had a problem in the past, what we do? Throw money at it. Pentagon ain't passing no audits. We wasting money.
Hey, I tell you what, man.
For example, bro, look at DeepSeek, man. Look at DeepSeek. They accomplished what we accomplished.
Efficiency, man. Just like
way
that.
more efficient.
Took the whole market.
And then, like, bro, if the United States builds a ship, right? We build a warship, and it take us, 5 years. It's gonna be way cheaper to do it in China, and they doing it way faster than us.
We're doing
Navy
drone
in the world now.
warfare now.
Look, I saw some a couple years ago that said basically it's 100 battleships worldwide. The U.S. has 95 of them. France has 2 of them that were retired from the U.S. And Britain has the other. And China has a prototype of one. So, look, I'm telling y'all, bro, the U.S., If we got one thing we can hang our hat on, it's the guns, bro. I'm sorry.
I like
and look at the reach.
My brother.
Look at the reach. I'm just being honest. Look at the reach. We got stations in Japan, Korea, Guam. We got stations in Taiwan. Hey, Arcane, how many battle stations you know China got?
They got
dog.
What do they have, man? They have factories and manufacturing.
They got them by ships, but see what the U.S. is doing is what Britain did before. You can have the largest navy in the world. How they gonna get out the port? How they gonna get out the port? Japan, China's here, right? The sea is here. Japan's here. Okinawa, the Marine headquarters, the International Marine headquarters, Okinawa, Japan, is here. How you gonna get off the port, Playboy?
Look, like I said, if a country could take America, they would strike.
Yeah,
They would have tried it.
they would have been.
They would strike. If they knew they could get you, they would strike. You see what I'm saying?
I don't
But
know
they
that,
know.
man. Dude, you got to think,
People
man,
hate
the
them.
next time it's a real, actual war between America and another nuclear power, half the world is going to be destroyed immediately.
Yeah, get them off
for
first.
sure. But I will say this: I'd be happy to live in places like Mississippi. You know, I don't know if I'll be here then, but it's just like Mississippi is one of the least likely places.
Yeah, because you know they ain't sitting over there saying, let's go attack Jackson, Mississippi. They ain't doing it.
Jalen, you say that, but Mississippi does have Arctic, which is only two. It's only two Arctics in America.
That is not enough.
One is in New Hampshire and one is in Vicksburg. And
They gonna attack the New Hampshire one, bro. They gonna attack New Hampshire.
Let me
The New Hampshire one is studying cold reasons. The Vicksburg one actually deals with making weapons. But yeah, I don't know, bro.
4 or 5 years ago, what did we just go through?
Hey man, I don't know.
What did we just go through? We went through COVID-19, a small disease that didn't even hit the young people. That they say came from a market with somebody eating some bad soup. Let's be real, man. And you can put, dude, war has evolved, man. You got to think smarter, not harder. You could unleash a biochemical weapon engineered to destroy a populace of people quickly. And also, who else do we have elected? A man who's against vaccines.
That don't mean he against chemical warfare.
No, I'm saying, dude, it's very easy to introduce something into a low level of the populace, especially in the young people, when you have a bunch of people already right now talking about they don't believe in measles vaccines, and we up to 100-something cases in the state just like that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say this. I think if China ever does come after the U.S., I don't think they're coming alone. That's all I'm gonna say. And it's a known fact or a known phrase. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And right now, we are not making a ton of friends. We are making way more enemies than we are friends. We're not even having to do, not even just recently. Before that, we had a lot of people. Why is BRICS out there, right? Like they want to turn against the U.S.
Yeah.
I think it's a bigger picture at play here, because also, like Cam said, go to YouTube, look up China, look up what they're doing. They setting up camp in all these different countries all over the world, getting people's allegiances.
Exactly. They ain't ready yet. That's what I'm saying. They're going, if they ever get more powerful than us, they gonna attack. But they not there yet. That's why they haven't.
See,
let me give y'all a breakdown.
They got more
I disagree with that, because China is not us. You know what I'm saying? Or China is not, old Great Britain. They not just on some imperialistic, let's just take over the world type stuff. If anything, they just be on some, we trying to be the best we can be. Or at least that's what it seemed like to me. I ain't never seen them get aggressive on nobody.
Taiwan?
You don't think they would?
That's because they believe Taiwan.
You don't think they want
Taiwan
more
is a part
power?
of their country.
You gotta think, man, that area, bro. One thing we don't take into account enough about America is how much of a diverse melting pot of different people and religions, etc., that it is. So it's a lot harder to get people to conform and kind of control them in certain ways. You got a mono-ethnic, I mean, yes, there's different ethnicities there, but for the most part, at the end of the day, everybody is Asian. And on top of that, Chinese. You can, dude, from a cultural perspective, dude.
Top people from all countries. Like when we made the atomic bomb, we was recruiting the best people, the best scientists from all over the world.
And what we telling them now?
What's grimy about that though?
Because you literally pulling people from the countries that you plan on annihilating.
Huntsville,
the weapon that's gonna annihilate them. Like that.
He right. Huntsville, Alabama got the most German restaurants in the state of Alabama. Now, what's in Huntsville, Alabama? What's in Huntsville, Alabama?
Horses?
No, the U.S. Arsenal. Now, you telling me I ain't never heard nobody in Alabama, my family from Alabama, speak German, but Huntsville got a high German population.
Want to see me stretch some? Drop the pen.
Hey, bro.
If you want to see me stretch some, drop the pen.
Hey, why at the Nuremberg trials? Why at the Nuremberg trials? It was a whole bunch of German military officials, but the German scientists, a lot of them got away. Come on, dog. Come on, man.
Bro, you saw Oppenheimer, didn't it? You remember Oppenheimer? He had to go to Germany, and they was like, bro, why you here? He was like, well, everybody knows if you want to learn anything about nuclear, you got to come to Germany.
Yeah. But what happened after the war? He didn't have to go to Germany to see them same people after the war. He went right down the street.
We just basically eviscerated that advantage of the pro-immigrant, pro-everybody else welcoming country.
We say, hey, bro, we see what you did. And look, we ain't gonna try to throw you in jail, but come over here and show us what you did again. We want to see a little bit closer. Or you can go stand trial with them boys in Nuremberg. Come on, man. Hey, the U.S., baby, I'll say one thing.
What's the next topic?
The U.S. messed up, but when it comes to Olympics and war, we come together, boy. The Olympics and war, we'll come together real quick.
For sure. Okay, I got a few people pushing me on here, so let's go ahead and throw up this next topic, man. Target loses web traffic as Costco gains on economic blackout day. These are some of the results. On blackout day, Target website visitors dropped 9% compared to the week prior, from 5.2 million to 4.7 million. Target's app, which is their most loyal customers, saw a 14% decrease from 4.2 million visitors to 3.5. By comparison, Costco, who kept their DEI programs for context, saw an increase in 22% in web traffic on February 28th. Walmart, another company that dismantled their DEI, saw a 5% slump in web traffic, and Amazon dropped 2% in web traffic on economic blackout day. So, what do y'all think about those results? Do y'all think that was a win? Loss?
Bravo.
It's all right. So if this was a boxing match, you got to jab in on the prize fighter. You got to jab in. But like I told you, the job ain't done. That's one bad day out of 365. You got to grab him. Then you got to hang him in front of the congregation. You can't let him go.
Hey,
you
Anthony,
can't let him go. You gotta hang him.
What Kobe say, Anthony? I want to hear you say what Kobe say. You're up 2-0, Kobe. How you feeling?
Job not
Job
done.
ain't done.
Let's
Job
go,
not done, baby. But yeah, we ain't really heard much from you, Jalen. What you think about this, man?
I was just going to my story on Instagram because I already posted this. Like y'all said, we still going. The Target strike starts today. I think we going for what, a month? 40 days?
40 days.
Yep.
40 days.
Yeah, we going for 40 days, man. So it's up. I'm with all the shit.
Me too, bro. My gas tank full, boy. What's up?
Yeah,
South by Southwest. Come on, bro. Let's do it.
I'm good for it. Here you go.
Hey, real talk. What Jalen's saying is the truth, bro, because it was a lot of people out there that said nothing gonna happen. So for you to say that 22% happened, bro, that means somebody said, if don't nobody else do it, I'ma do it. So honestly, bro, in today's society where people flipping through everything, for them to do enough to make 22% move,
you pod now.
Come on, man. Come on, man. It's if we come together, the consumers now, if we come together, it show you can do something. But like Arkeem said, you gotta be consistent. You gotta be consistent.
That was the main point, to show that we can do it. To show that even by a small amount, we can still come together and make something happen. I like that. I love it, actually. I'm with all that. Because you sure had a lot of people going against it. You had a lot of people with the dogmatism just coming at it for no reason. Like, oh my God, Facebook was a cesspool. I couldn't even go on Facebook. I was just getting agitated. I said, don't even worry about it. I posted what I had to post and I got off.
I personally was one of the people who thought it wouldn't work. But yeah, this is a great one. But like I said, you got to beat him to his knees. You can't, $1 trillion company, man, you can't take a couple $1 million from him and think you've done something. You got to bust his head wide open. You got to make him have cuts. You got to make him have, budget cuts. You got to make them be firing employees. You got to make them, start cutting some of their contracts with some of their biggest contracts. You got to rearrange their guts. Pause.
Did you see what Target said, too, following up? They saw that, what we were talking about, and they said, we still going to stand on 10, and we not going to change our DEI policy, even with that loss. And I love it! Keep announcing it. Keep saying what you ain't going to do. I
passed by Target today going to Home Depot.
I sure thought about going to Target this weekend, but guess what? I said, you know what? I got reminded that y'all don't like messing with so I'm gonna go get me a
Hey, we doing this
card.
out of fun. We do this for fun, Willie, because how many black people in DEI in Target?
Bro, I shoot.
Hey, man. Hey,
DEI don't even apply to black people like that, man.
No, it don't.
Can I keep it a bean for a second? Do y'all mind if I bean it up for a second?
Go sensu, bro. Go sensu.
See, I'm gonna put it to you like this: it's certain people in them Target offices right now that's saying, "See, that's why we should have never messed with them from the jump." Mm-hmm. And see, why are they saying that? Because look at a company like John Deere that never had a DEI program. They ain't got nothing to scale back. Any calls for boycott? None at all. You know what I'm saying? What about
I can't say factually.
What about insert company A, insert company B, insert company B? They never had a DEI program. They never rocked with us in the first place.
You got to look at it too.
They ain't getting boycotted at all.
Consumerism. John Deere is industrial. That's manufacturing. John Deere is going to get his cut from the private sector anyway. But see, when you talking about big giants like Target, Walmart, your consumer base is us. It's the minorities. You know what I'm saying? It's the middle class and under. You know what I'm saying? Like, people like the upper class, they're going to these Walmart equivalents. Like, I went, and I know this ain't no big whatever, but when I was in Texas, I went to Tom Thumb, and I think that's like a Walmart equivalent. It had everything, and I don't know what it is. But you know what I'm saying? That's just like for an example.
Kroger.
Yeah.
I guess the main point I'm trying to make, though, is that if a company never had a DEI program and they don't even have nothing to roll back, nobody calling for their boycott. It's like they flying under the radar, and they can look at Target and say, see, we never messed with them from the jump, and now you see why. Mm-hmm. So what's your response to that?
I think they could afford to, though. Target can't afford to.
No, it's too many.
Target can't afford to what?
Target can't afford to go based off of, okay, no DEI, we don't pay attention to minorities, we don't pay attention to, this custom, because that is your customer base. Exactly. Like I said, John Deere.
It was wild for them to even come out and say that. Did Kroger say that they were cutting their DEI?
Well, see, that's the point I'm making. Is like, if a company didn't have DEI now, I can't name them for you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If they never had
These
a
companies
program,
just moving with the administration. They're just following one of the 48 laws of power of being shot in water. So when Biden was in there, hey, DEI, black people, gay people, veterans, women, come on in. Now that Trump here, get y'all ass out of here. What y'all even doing here?
I just looked it up, bro. Kroger came out and said, we going to stand on what we've been standing on, and we going to stand together, and we're not going to roll back our DEI program.
Yeah, they ain't trying to get boycott. That's why.
Exactly, bro. They looking at Target and saying, "Oh, y'all did that? Okay."
Exactly.
They're
Like I
like,
told y'all
they can't
before,
take that hit.
you only, remember, like I said, one gazelle. You only need one victim to be considered a killer. You ain't got to kill 10 people. You kill one person, everybody going to say, hey, that boy a killer right there. Y'all watch back. That's all you got to do. Just break one of their necks. And like I said,
I'm looking at it now, y'all. Coca-Cola, they saying they committed to theirs. Disney dropped theirs, which is crazy. You know, think about it. Delta Airlines committed. Ooh, my boy Delta committed.
Yeah. I would definitely say though, like when you look at like a Delta or Coca-Cola, most of these companies have considerable presence in places like Atlanta.
Yeah, look at Atlanta.
That's their base for sure.
Oh,
But if you're like a Home Depot or a Lowe's, or Lowe's got Black CEO, but a Home Depot or a John Deere, the base used to hear that. Although, dude, one thing I'm gonna say, I actually used to work at a place, man, and John Deere, they actually did put some investment into really recruiting young, talented black people.
Cam, they brought it back.
Hate on them that much for that, but yeah, man, you got to go with the base. And if I had a private sector company, dog, right now, what's Trump on here? Unless I was really doing it big like that.
Bro, Cam, John Deere brought it back, bro. They dropped DEI. And then when Trump announced, they brought it back.
Shareholders voted to keep the DEI. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to hate on John Deere because I've seen firsthand they had an investment in young black people. That's my only
They brought it back, bro. They dropped DEI when Trump announced it, and then they brought it back. I guess they saw how niggas was going against Target and said, they brought it back with scholarships and with Pride Month. So they're going to have their Pride thing again this year
we need
at John
to
Deere.
get away from DEI in general. Just as black people, we got to distance ourselves from that whole brand and just, man, they talking merit. We just need to outdo everybody out there like we always been doing and keep it going. It may work, may not. I just say we should pin our ears back and run forward.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Let's not try to correlate black people with DEI, because then what that looks like is every time a black person has a prestigious job, then that makes people think, oh, that's DEI. Like, we're not qualified. But that's what they want to do anyway.
That anyway.
That's what they want to do anyway. You know,
True.
In the news cycle.
What I don't like though is that the whole thing about DEI that I feel like people just wash under the rug is that DEI in itself was created to basically give someone a fast pass. Like if you were to Six Flags and you didn't and you was it was gonna be impossible for you to get on the ride. Here's your fast pass. This is your access, so to make sure that you have an opportunity to ride this ride before the park closes, right? That's what DEI was intended for. Now, if I were to get this fast pass and get on the ride, and then whenever I get to the chair before I sit down, I chicken out, and then I say, "Oh, I can't do it, I can't handle it," and then I end up leaving this ride or getting kicked off the ride because I didn't know how to behave, and they say you acting too crazy, get out of here. Then the access that I got was naturally removed from me, right? And the privilege was given to the right person that it should have been given to begin with, right? But if I act accordingly, I get on this ride, I behave myself, and I do what I'm supposed to do. I ride this ride, have a good time, no problem, no foul, right? And so the connection that I'm trying to make here is that DEI was set up to give people access that did not have access before.
Thank you.
If you were not good enough to keep whatever access you got, you would have gotten fired, right? Or you would have not gotten promoted, whatever the
Yeah,
case may be. So every single person that everyone's saying, "Oh, you got this because of DEI," no, they got it off of
yeah.
merit. DEI just made sure
Put them
that
in the
they
room.
just put them in the room.
Right.
Exactly. And I feel like people don't talk about that enough. And when, like it's just like you guys are saying, oh, they just let them in just because they're black. Like, nah, well, maybe that's the case, but they kept it because they were good.
Cam, you mentioned Atlanta. So my mom was a charter graduate of Morehouse School of Medicine, which was appropriated from Senator Ted Kennedy, saying, "Look, we want to get a school that can get African Americans or even people of color, right, an opportunity." But like Shaq said, it wasn't because them kids was dumb and they just didn't know anything about being a doctor. My mom was a doctor for 35 years. It's just that there was no access to getting into the door. That's why you see all these first blacks for this. It ain't these first blacks like my Uncle Brady, first black Army National Guard airmen. It wasn't because they were inadequate and they didn't have a clue like what is portrayed. It's because, brother, even the ones that had a clue, right? Satchel Paige, one of the best black pitchers ever, didn't get a major league start till he was 50 years old, right? So that's what it is. It was giving people an opportunity to get into the door. So, and I think they try to brainwash you to think, oh, you just got it because you're black. Well, hell, they think that anyway, right? They think that anyway. It don't matter what credentials you are. If a hater want to hate, it don't matter if it makes sense. That's why we in the situation we in now. Because logic is out the window, right? It's what I want to feel. Like Arkeem tell me, a person will believe anything that sound good to them, right? So there you go. So I'm a fan. I'm a support. If they knock me off, bro, y'all gonna see me at Kroger. What up, baby? I heard y'all mess with the kid. Come
on. Well said, Willie, man. Well said.
Well,
What's our next topic?
I'm gonna go ahead and push us to the next topic, man. Now this one is we finna stray away from the politic realm. Now we gonna get into some other stuff, man. Steve, I'm telling you, man.
I'm finna go on mute.
Hey, man, I don't want to get too explicit with it, but if y'all saw, basically Steve Smith Sr. was having an affair with a woman, a married woman, and he's married as well. And if you saw some of those text messages, They was wilding in the text. Anyway, this woman's husband called Steve and was like, "Hey, you with my wife, man?" And Steve was like,
he said,
"I'm sorry, man."
I'm sorry.
Anyway, story was crazy, but the main question I really want to ask y'all is, would you have took to the internet with that? Or would you have just taken that L aside?
I would.
Nobody know about that. I ain't going out like that, man. No, sir.
But what if you can get him fired? What if you get him fired, though?
What you gonna get a multi-millionaire fired for?
They did it at the Spurs with Ime Udoka.
And what'd he do?
He was smashing. He was smashing the vice president's wife.
At a better team.
Yeah, he went to the Celtics to the Houston Rockets, so he really didn't lose because Houston still good.
Where you want to be? I mean, yeah, you might got a ring over there in Boston, but I'd much rather be down in Houston than in Boston.
Anthony, to a bigger point, Anthony, and I don't know if y'all noticed this, that what you showed was an example. Bro, these athletes be wilding in these text messages. Because I just saw the one with Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, you saw that?
Bro, they be wilding in these text messages.
You would act like that too.
You're right. But Cam, bro, they be wilding Cam. Like, I'm talking about, did you see the Anthony Edwards one, Cam?
He's like, I'm not raising that baby. That's cool. You can have it. And have fun with it. Enjoy it.
100K a month in child support.
I'm good.
See the headline now.
Bruh, just like, and the Paul George one, I don't know if y'all were familiar with Paul George's. He ended up being a father, but for a minute,
he ended up marrying that girl, though.
He ended up marrying that girl, but he was like,
he didn't want to.
She said, I think I'm pregnant. He said 100K.
Oh my.
Dude, it's nuts, Shaq. I'm telling you, that's crazy. 100K. That's all he said. 100K.
100K.
No way, bro.
This is insane. I'm looking at this text message with Anthony Edwards right now. And man, this goes back to the conversation we were having a couple podcasts ago about all these rich men going out here having kids. And as long as they're taking care of them, it's okay.
He ain't trying to do
Exhibit
that.
A, he is not taking care of his kid. I don't know, man. I just lost respect for this guy.
But they said that he told her to get rid of it. He told her from the beginning. I wasn't trying to milk
But hey, man, like they say, man.
Somebody had a good point. They said, "Come on now, be real. If you trying to get pregnant by Anthony Edwards, you doing it for that bread." You know what I'm saying?
Don't she already got a baby by another?
A wise man once told me,
she got a baby by Lil
Baby.
Baby.
Your own decisions.
She already got a baby by Lil Baby. Come on, dog.
Talk to him,
Come on, dog.
So y'all familiar with that? I hate to beat this one, but that Jalen Green situation with him and Drea, and him being the same age as Drea's son.
He just enjoying himself.
He could have. Hey, Jalen. I'm gonna say this as PC as I can. There's a difference between getting wet and getting soaked. Okay. See. That's how I always organize myself. I get wet, but I never soak there. You feel me?
Crazy. That's crazy.
Yo.
Bro, I don't think I know what you're talking about.
No.
He's saying basically like, you know how like Drea, right? You know, it's one thing for him to say, man, I had sex with Drea. Oh yeah, she cute. You know, but to get a kid by Drea,
he's soaking.
And
he's soaking.
And you the same age as her son.
I didn't know he had a kid. I thought they were.
What remember J. Cole said? J. Cole said, "Yeah, I get my wet, but I never let it soak there."
Hey, bro, it's a million ways to go outside. Even if you're
Yeah, that's crazy.
It just don't seem as bad when you got that bag.
Hey, somebody said this, and I forget who it was, but they said money don't stop you from being a lame. I don't know who said it, and it was just so simple. But that you can write that down somewhere.
Money don't really affect this a lot.
Money don't unlame you. Mm-hmm. There he is, the GOAT.
Speaking of bread, billionaire, one of the greatest, probably the third greatest basketball player to ever play the game, LeBron James comes to score 50,000 points.
I knew somebody was going to comment on that.
The third best, the throat. I mean, the third best throat.
Come on. Foul. That's a foul.
What's going on,
bro? The throat,
bro.
It's a mix between GOAT and third, bro.
What the NBA refs do? They be like,
get him out of here.
The longevity GOAT.
Get him out of here, man.
This is the Foul Out podcast, man. But I want to send a special congratulations out to that boy LeBron James. 50,000 points. Got 4 rings. Been in the game 20 years. I don't think anybody ever going to pass that. You know. And if we talking GOAT debate, people can say whatever they want to. But no player that has ever touched a basketball greatness has ever lasted this long. Hands down. LeBron's reign at the top has now significantly doubled Jordan. LeBron has been an elite player in the league for he been in 22 years. He been an elite player in the league probably at least 19 of that.
Yeah. I think people
he went to a championship his 3rd year in the league. So there you go.
Yeah. I think people just need to stop comparing them, though.
You say
Greatness is
what?
undeniable.
I think people need to stop comparing him and Michael, man. They're two different eras. Like it's not the same at all. And
Comparison real too.
yeah,
Wrong.
I mean LeBron is fantastic. I mean, I would say today LeBron is 100% the GOAT. Now, if you want to say who do I admire, like who do I think of when I think of basketball? It's Michael Jordan, like
And,
100%.
and see, that's what I was about to say. LeBron may be the greatest at the game of basketball, but MJ will go down as the greatest in basketball. You know what I'm saying? Because his influence and his reach outside of basketball, outside of the sport of basketball, yes, he was great in basketball. But it's just the way he did things and the way things catapulted for him to a place where it is now. It's gonna take a lot to get there.
Hmm.
Other than just basketball performance.
Willie, you
Hmm.
on mute.
Willie, you on mute. Willie, you on
Oh,
mute.
Willie going in too.
I was agreeing with you, Shaq and Jalen. I think that outside the game of basketball, Michael did so much. And I tell you what, guys, I'm a big movie watcher. Kobe has a good documentary. That Michael Jordan sport documentary, I'm gonna say it. That is probably outside of the wrestling ones that I've seen, the best sports doc. It gave you a full-on picture of him. Like that was insane to see the reach that he had outside of basketball. I feel like watching that again because
it felt like it was happening, like because it was during the pandemic and we didn't have nothing else to do.
Yes,
it felt
bro.
like it was happening like live.
It did, yes, bro. I felt like watching that, having never watched a Michael Jordan game ever. I was like, bro, I get it. I get why people love him, and I get why he's what he is.
Are you talking about The Last Dance?
Yes, dude. That's crazy.
I still never saw it.
The sports stuff aside,
We gotta watch it. We gotta watch
pause
it.
on the sports stuff.
Come back
It's
to
absolutely insane to win 6 championships in a 10-year span. That's insane. But yes, outside of that, him and LeBron's ability to go beyond the game, where I think Michael is the reason that we even have international basketball. Because he was the first basketball player to really do going to China, going to Japan, going to Paris, just to see one man. And they could give a damn about the rest of the NBA. They probably didn't even know who else was on that team. They knew Michael was there. I think this guy said it at the beginning of Last Dance. I think this is for the same for LeBron too. Michael and LeBron were two people who were as good at what they did as anybody else is at what they would do. Whether you consider Beethoven, whether you consider the top surgeons in the world, like their greatness was beyond even the realm of like sports, right? Like when we think of Beethoven and when we think of Amadeus Mozart, they expand beyond music, right? Michael Jackson expands beyond music. The Beatles beyond music. That's the trajectory that they are on in my book. And so, yeah.
Well, the thing is, people call Michael Jordan the greatest athlete ever, not basketball player. Like, when you talk about the greatest ever, they put Jordan, Muhammad Ali, you know what I'm saying, Tiger Woods, Babe Ruth. Like those are the people they say the greatest athletes ever, and he is usually number one on that list. And I always like to say it's a difference between greatness and best. So what was his name?
Jesse Owens.
Jesse Owens. You know what I'm saying? Any sprinter today could outrun Jesse Owens if you look at the times. But are they greater than Jesse Owens? You know what I'm saying? Right. No. The answer is no. And I feel the same way about Jordan. Like Jordan, he's greater than LeBron. Now is he better? That's up for debate. A better player. But I'm personally a Kobe guy. I think Kobe is the greatest and the best. In the simple fact that, like LeBron, he's just a specimen. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, what?
6'8", a specimen. 6'8", he can dribble with the best of them. Shoot, pass, dunk, athleticism. Maybe the best.
He can play all 5 positions.
Yeah. And Jordan.
It took the whole league to come together to beat this man.
Jordan was just a natural. Well, Wade admitted that him and LeBron came together after Kobe got two. But anyway, same thing for Jordan. But see, the thing about Kobe is Kobe wasn't that. Kobe wasn't the fastest. He wasn't the strongest. He wasn't the biggest. He wasn't the most athletic. He worked his way there. And that's my I guess argument that Kobe is the greatest is that he worked his ass off to get to where he at. Think about it. If you look at the top whatever basketball players, Kobe is the only one that's not a natural. He worked his way up there.
Michael Jordan ain't no natural either.
I
Man,
was about to say, Michael Jordan, he used to be stretching, using his bedpost to be trying to stretch himself to get taller and stuff like that.
He dunked from the free throw line, bro. People still can't even do that today. They used to call him Air Jordan because when he jumped, it looked like he was flying, bro.
Man, I'm telling you, because I remember this in PE class in kindergarten. I remember because I went home and I was trying to stretch and get taller, just like Michael Jordan did. Now, I'm not saying that it worked for Michael Jordan, but I'm just saying, like, this is a part of his, like, work ethic and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man was actually trying to stretch himself to get taller.
Michael Jordan was definitely the Disney of basketball players. Like, it was theme parks out before Disney, but when Disney did it, it was like, oh, that's what it's supposed to look like.
Versus about who did it right.
Yeah. Hey, but sometimes you can do it first and do it right, baby. Sometimes you can be first take Drake. I ain't got to take two. There you go. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But, man, I'm going to ask, do y'all got any closing thoughts on this matter?
Oh, yeah. What did y'all watch the boxing match?
A hood trophy. And
I got to send you that.
Hey, bro, we got to get all us in the Texas area, bro. We got to get Nico out of there. I ain't saying put your hands on him, but if you got to put your hands on him to get him out of there, you got to get him out of there. That's my thing.
Yeah, that's a good topic. We need to bookmark that one for next week.
Hey, look, Adam Silver, if you listening, I know why you did it, but you wrong as hell. You wrong as hell because Chris Paul to the Lakers was way less egregious than this, and you X'd it. And you going to wake up and say, well, it happened. It happened, so we can't stop it. It's a fair. They did a trade at 1 a.m. What you talking? Hey, look.
Exactly. That's how you do it. You do it when the old man sleep. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Fantasy cheater himself. Fantasy football.
How many rings I got, though?
Hey, you talking somebody with one now.
Hey, look. We both in the trophy room.
Hey, room, my boy.
Yeah, we both in the trophy room. What you mean?
My last comment is this right here. Your boy Will Trill will be in Austin, Texas, South by Southwest, only on. Come on. Come on.
Wait, what you say?
South by Southwest.
South by Southwest, only.
Weekend.
Jalen, you might want to come to South by Southwest, man.
Oh, that's what he's saying. Y'all know Sir coming out there too.
Oh, for real?
Oh, is it?
Yeah. He just announced a tour out there. I think.
Who?
May 26th, Sir.
Yeah, a singer called Sir. But yeah, South by Southwest this weekend, man. It's gonna be a beautiful.
Oh, it's this weekend. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's through next
But,
week.
I ain't heard nothing about it.
Huh?
Man, I've been inviting you to South by for the past 2 months.
Hey, bro, the train ain't left yet.
Heck no.
Now, Friday morning, the
Now,
train gonna be on
2020, he
wheels
get
up.
a pass, though, because remember, they canceled it 2020, remember?
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
5 years ago.
South by
Wow.
Southwest, Jalen. The
crazy.
train leave Friday morning, bro.
Hey, all right.
What y'all trying to
You
do?
ain't
in
like
South
that.
by?
You ain't like that.
What you mean?
Pull up Friday then. Come on. What's happening?
All right.
Okay.
Shaq, I'm coming to your city, Shaq. I'm expecting you to roll it out. You and Cam and Anthony. That's what I want y'all to show me what I'm supposed to see. But don't get it confused. I have been to Austin on several occasions. I love the city. I love Congress Street, baby. I love it. I love Rainy, baby. I love Rainy.
Hey, Rainy. Hey, Willie, Rainy ain't what it used to be, bro. It's the E6. It's the E6 now, man.
It's the E6. Hey, I'm ready
It's the
to see it.
E6.
But we got a few kickbacks and parties on the schedule. You know what I'm saying? I know Cam gonna be out in full effect.
Man,
Yeah,
my
y'all.
birthday's
Yeah,
actually.
y'all let me
Shaq,
know.
pull up. Shaq,
Y'all let
pull
me
up
know
one
what the
night.
move is. Y'all let
Yeah,
me know what the move is.
The way Cam was
Sure,
talking to
sure.
me in Phoenix, Cam is very well versed with the activities in the greater Austin area.
Oh yeah, he is. That
I
man said,
dabble. I dabble. My birthday's actually next week, so I'm gonna probably definitely gonna be turning up a little bit this week. I'm gonna make use of the rent I'm paying to be out here, because this is probably gonna be the best week for the most part when it comes to stuff to do. To really, if you really want to be outside or really come get your brochure Austin on, this next
Oh
week
yeah,
is probably it.
I'm collecting brochures and passing out resumes straight
"Oh
like
yeah,
that.
Brochure Austin." I've
Like,
never heard
yeah,
of
like the Austin that they show on like the little videos, and when they hyping the city up, like, oh, it's this night, it's a cool place. This is like the presentation is gonna be at an all-time high. It'll trick you, but it's
For
gonna be
sure.
cool, man. It's gonna be.
Yeah, we're
Saying
gonna be
trick you.
all in there, bro.
Hey man, we might. Hey, Willie actually said we might be able to do a pod in Austin. Just throwing it out, there. But if all 6 of us in Austin, and we can make something happen, man. But
That could be cool.
again, man, thank y'all for joining Woodstock Socrates, Willie, Jalen, Shaq, my brother. We got 5 fouls, and we about to foul out. Peace, y'all.